Hello, my name is Jonathan Shum. This is a video recording about the biology class that I'm teaching, third period, fifth period, and sixth period. In this video, you'll kind of see what things I have for students to support them, and how my grading policy, homework, all that good stuff. So just a little about me. I got my master's and bachelor's in science from UC San Diego. After that, I worked with DNA and in a technique called PCR. So this class is biology, which is an A through G requirement. It's a D, which means it is a lab science. And so we both focus on the content of biology, but also how to be a successful student in biology. So in this slide, it's probably the most important slide. Here are the things that I've noticed when I've taught biology that successful students do, and then this is how I support your student. So most successful students, if not all, are completing their homework on time, the labs and projects on time. Notice that if it's late, I take 30% off and start grading. After the unit is done, after the unit test, I take 50% off. So where can you find homework and when it's due? So not only do I put it up in class, but I also have posted on School Loop on a regular basis. So if a student is not sure when things are due, the calendar on School Loop would be the place to look. I also post lecture notes, videos, and homework assignments on Google Classroom. And so let me show you one. And so here's Google Classroom. This is my fifth period biology class. And so you'll notice, like here, I've posted their vocab. I've also posted, so if you look on School Loop, it tells you that they have vocab due on Friday, and so the list is posted here on their Google Classroom. All students have access to their Google Classroom. Also, some of the labs they'll turn in online, so there's a macromolecule lab. One thing I do post online is my notes, and so here are my biochemistry notes, and so I'm just going to go here and click on it. So here is the biochemistry notes, and so if you click on it, the students have access to this at home. And what you'll see is the days that I lecture, I make a YouTube video of that day's lecture, so the student doesn't understand what's going on for that particular topic, or if they're absent, they have this accessible to them whenever they need it. So I have a lot of students who enjoy this because they'll watch it prior to a test. I have students who sometimes are absent, and so they know that it's available for them. Also, if you look, you'll see that my lecture notes are posted online, but this would be on the title page. All right, so Google Classroom and School Loop are two places I would be familiar with in order to be successful, or a student is familiar with. All right. So I'm available for tutoring. Students who are successful come in for tutoring or just help. During lunch, I'm around. Before school, after school is a little more difficult, especially during soccer season, as I help coach the boys' soccer team. But before school and during lunch, I'm here. And so often I have students come in. I always encourage the students to ask questions, to question when they're unsure. And I tell them that's a way for me to check to see if they are understanding. Those students who are quieter or shy, I always encourage them to come in during lunch, and so that way we can speak one-on-one. And then one of the biggest things a biology student can do is to do test corrections. So in biology, every test we allow test corrections, and oftentimes there are some requirements to do test corrections. For example, in this previous test that the students took, they had to turn in a study guide and then they play this review game, and when they score 70% or above, they become eligible for test corrections. So test corrections, what I do is the student receives the questions they did incorrectly, and they get an opportunity to pick a new answer. And if that answer is correct, I'll give them half the points back. So if a student, for example, got a 70%, that means they missed 30%. After doing the test corrections, they can claim up to 15% of those back, assuming that they get all the new questions correct. And so this probably has one of the bigger impacts on their grade, and really students should be taking advantage of this opportunity. The test corrections can be done 1 week after I post the grades to the test. So if the test was on Wednesday, I posted the grades on Thursday, they'll have till the following Thursday to do those test corrections. These test corrections will be done with me either during lunch or after school or before school during my office hours. One thing that's not mentioned here, but also is we keep a notebook in biology, and so those students who generally have notebooks that are organized tend to do better because they now can access the material in an organized manner. And so at the beginning of every class, I post a table of contents, and that table of contents is actually on their Google Classroom. And so their notebook should be set up according to the table of contents. I'm going to pull that up real quick. So here's so it says table of contents biology 1819. I click on it, and so this is updated every day, and so it's always posted in the morning or at the beginning of the class. They know to walk in, copy down. And so we actually 20% of the grade is this notebook and homework, and so just having it organized is an easy way to help boost your grade as well. All right. Here's just the grading scale. You kind of see, so as I said before, that notebook is 20%, quizzes, tests, 45%, labs, projects, 35%. So for me, when it comes to School Loop, I try to get things graded as soon as possible. So in general, everything's I try to get everything within a week. So if I collect something one day, within a week I try to get that graded. So for currently right now, and I'm making this on Wednesday. Every student in biology in my class, their grade is up to date. So everything I've done is up to date. So it's always a good idea, I think, to make sure that you're that there are no zeros or missing homework assignments. And so you can see how I put the abbreviation. So if I don't have their grading, if I don't have their assignment, I put a no. And then if they're absent, it's currently a 0. I put an AB, but it can be completed for full credit, and so on. Here's my information. The best way to contact me is to email me. Okay, thank you.